I read that candles are the most common gift given during the holidays. We'll be making fabulous ones today on the Scrapbook Showgram. Hi, I'm Sandi Genovese and welcome to the Scrapbook Showgram. You know, when I decided to do a segment where we decorated candles, I came up with 3 different ways to approach the whole candle issue. The thing is, if I hold up one so you can see, if you're going to decorate a candle, this one for the holidays and give it as a gift, I discovered that my friends found they didn't want to burn it because they wanted to save it and use it for decoration, but it really is the most effective when it's being burned. So I came up with 3 options that allow you to rectify the safety issues as well as deal with not wanting to burn the candles. One is to take your candle, and I'm going to drop this out, and you can see that I've taken the candle and I've burned it enough so that I can take this tea light and I'm going to just drop it in. When the candle, when I first blew it out and the wax was still moldable, I flattened out the wick so that it was flat, and then I just take this tea light and drop it in, and now I'm going to burn the tea light, and every time the tea light has burned so that it's all used up, you toss that out and you put in a fresh one, and that way you always have your candle saved. You're never burning. You can burn down further if you want to initially so that this drops further in. It will burn a little further out, but that way you're never going to burn out to the edges where you have to worry about burning the paper or burning away and having eventually something that you can't use as decoration anymore. Another option is to take the same idea, and here you can see that I've burned further down in this candle, but instead of dropping in a tea light, what I'm doing is dropping in a faux candle. And if I turn it over, this has a battery in it so that it's off, and if I turn it back on, it's flickering, and I can drop this in to the candle, and that way, instead of the tea light, I have my phony baloney candle, my fake tea light. Another option is to take a glass hurricane and then go ahead and drop your candle inside. Whether it's a faux candle or whether it's a real candle, you don't have to worry about it burning because your decoration is going to sit on the outside of the glass like I've done with this one. And the candle, in this case, this is a faux candle that I've got sitting inside. And the final option is to take any of these faux candles like you see here. They look like they have a wick, but they turn, I'll turn this off so you can see that it's off, and then turn it back to the on position, and it flickers just like a real candle. Well, when it comes to decorating the candles, I decided initially that I wanted to have photos, and it looks great, but I discovered that I liked the look when some of them had photos, but I broke it up with some other decorations, much like adding embellishments to a scrapbook page. So if you look at some of my choices, here I took sheet music, and if it's for the holidays, it's great to use like Silent Night or whatever is a holiday song that means something to you, and then I adhered it to the candle. In this case, it's to a real candle with a tea light inside. Then I decided to do some with photos, and you can see I took the same photo and copied it twice to create this effect. And in this example, I've used rhinestone stickers to decorate the perimeter. Here's another example where I've got rhinestone stickers, but I've also added some laser cut word stickers. And in this final example, it's just a solid black and white photo. Now we're going to see how to do these, and I'm going to start with the one that's got the rhinestone or the gem stickers. There are different varieties out there. These come on a strip. What I love about it is they're self-adhesive, so you can start, you know, at the top or the bottom. To get it started, you're going to peel it off, and if my hands are in the way, as soon as I get it peeled enough where I can move it, I will definitely, I'll try to use my tweezers so you can see. But the adhesive is on the back of the entire item. It's not like you have to go back and build the design. Let me find some tweezers here. Here's a pair. and that way you can see better. So the entire back of this is adhesive, and I've started to create a design. The trees are nice and random, so I don't know upside down if I can get this even close to straight, but let me go ahead and just place this in the middle, roughly, of the ones that are there. And to really reinforce that adhesive, once I have them all placed, I then put the candle on its side and roll over it. So I'm really pushing these rhinestone stickers really to embed them into the candle, because remember, these are, even the faux candles are wax. They're made of wax, and they just have the core, you know, cut out with the battery and the mechanism inside. They're also scented. These happen to all smell like vanilla, so my studio smells great today. Well, that's how you create the gem sticker option. Here's one where there are gem stickers all around the top. We just saw how to do that. But notice that below that, I have these joy stickers. Let me show you how that happens. There are laser cut stickers from Mrs. Grossman. They come white. So this one says peace. I went ahead and I colored one with a green marker and then one with a red marker and left one white so you could see. And then I thought I would go ahead. Here are the two that I did with a red marker, and I'm using a permanent marker to go ahead and color this, but it doesn't have to be permanent. Because this sticker is cardstock, you can use all the regular, I've used my Marvy markers, I've used the Zig markers, and they work great. I do use the ones with a nice thick nib because it's faster. So I don't have to worry about staying in the edges. Anything that goes off the edge is going to stay on the plastic, and that's not going to matter. I'm not going to take the time to color the whole thing, but when you color the entire sticker, you get something like this that's ready to be attached. And I wanted to show another option. Because you're coloring them, look at how fun. I took the word Noel and I colored it red, and then all the squirrels, I used a pink as well as a red to create this pink and white stripe effect on some of the details. So when it comes time to stick this down, here is a candle like the one that I used. All you need to do, the laser stickers are very delicate. So instead of pulling the sticker off and taking the risk of misshaping it, what I do is I just peel the back away from the sticker so that I'm actually leaving the sticker nice and together, and I'm going to use my tweezers to hold it roughly in the middle. And then I'm going to see if I can do this. I'm going to put this along the bottom and upside down. I'm not sure just how straight I may have this, but it doesn't need to be perfectly straight. The beauty of doing it by hand, maybe you don't want it to look absolutely perfect, but I tell you, I love the look. So if I went back now with the second sticker and positioned this here, you can see how cool that would be. And then I'm simply going to add these rhinestone stickers along the top to create this second option. Now, I also mentioned that you could use the glass. Here's the glass hurricane when it was blank, and all I've got here is scrapbook paper and stickers. The stickers look like this. And once again, trees are nice because they can be staggered. You don't have to worry about if they're lined up in a straight line, because I purposely wanted them to look more like they were wild in the forest. The scrapbook paper, when you're trying to attach the paper to the candle or to the glass, you really need a strong adhesive. So what I did was I took a Xyron machine, and if you looked at the November 4th episode, you saw me actually use the Xyron. So here I'll just kind of facsimilate how it works. You take the paper, or if you're putting a photo, you take and you place it so that it sits, and when it hits the back, then you start cranking the handle and it comes out the back end. It's got solid adhesive, and it's permanent adhesive, so it's perfect for these projects. It's a nice, another adhesive that works really well on the candles is a spray adhesive, if you like working with that. So if I want to go to this example, what I did was I took this photo and I made 2 copies of it. It looks better if you use copy paper because you want it thin enough that the flame actually shines through the faces in the photo. So I didn't use photo paper. I just just put in my regular printer, and I put it on, because this had a vintage look, I put it on the color setting. But this one that we're going to do just next of Addison, I did on the black and white setting. So let me show you. This one, here is the first half of the candle. And I'm going to, you can see that I've already fastened her down once. It so happened that the photo I started with, I had to trim the top and the bottom a little to get it the exact height of the candle. But the width turns out to be almost exactly right to do two of them. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to peel off the backing, so now it's adhesive. This will be really a trial to see if I'm going to face it toward me long enough to just see where to start this. And I can see that I need to start it right. What I want to do, and I'll try to turn this so you can see it. It's very forgiving. I'm able to place it down and pick it up and place it down and pick it up because the wax is easier than sticking it to paper. But when it's flush with the bottom of my candle, and when I know that I'm overlapping just a hair on this end, I'm able to go back and fasten this down, run this around, and overlap this end like so. Let me turn it so you can see it. So you end up with this wonderful, just solid candle. In this case, of little Addison. It is such a fun thing to have a grouping of these. Now the last one that I did involved using, I rubber stamped the paper and then I cut out more of the music paper so that instead of putting a whole sheet of it around like so, I just cut a strip and added the ribbon and the jingle bells to create that effect. You know, whether you're decorating candles for yourself or for friends and family, these are sure to be a huge hit. Remember, I love hearing your comments, and if you haven't already subscribed, it'd be great if you did so, and be sure to share us with your scrapbooking friends. Bye for now.